Round the Bend Farm, a Center for Restorative Community, is a 115-acre working farm and education nonprofit. Our mission is to act as a living laboratory, to cultivate, educate, and empower people of all ages. So we love the little ones all the way to the oldest ones. We strive towards hope and abundance by valuing diversity, modeling nature, and redefining wealth. Modeling nature to us means following the lead of Mother Nature. The indigenous people for thousands and thousands of years have been doing this. One way that we model nature here at Round the Bend Farm is we think about soil. So the things that go into the soil ultimately comes and feeds us. What we do is say we're in the kitchen and our chef is preparing this beautiful meal. The peelings and the things like extra leaves and things like that go into a bucket. It then gets fed to either our pigs or the chickens on the property, and then the waste from the chickens and the waste from the pigs ultimately goes into a big pile with all sorts of vegetative matter and all sorts of different types of things. It gets turned regularly and it creates this really gorgeous soil that then gets put onto the fields, and then the seeds get planted right into that beautiful soil, and then it comes back, those nutrients that were in that soil comes back to us, the humans, and then it creates that beautiful cycle that goes on and on. In our learning center at Round the Bend Farm, we exclusively have composting toilets. This helps us meet our goal to thinking about water as being its highest good. The highest good of water is to feed humans or to feed animals or to feed that beautiful soil and to keep it out of the toilets.
We are currently in our mushroom laying yard, where we have lots of beautiful oak logs that have been inoculated with shiitake mushrooms. We had a great opportunity where we needed to clear a bunch of oak trees in order to build our beautiful yurt that Elements now resides in as their classroom. And so we had all this excess oak wood, and I thought, wouldn't this be a nice experiment with growing mushrooms on a larger scale? So we started this pilot project and inoculated about 100 logs.
We here at Round the Bend Farm strive to value diversity in every decision we make. From our amazingly diverse team that have different identities, cultures, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. The way we farm is very diverse. We have annuals planted next to perennials. We have fruit trees planted next to herbs.
I am currently here at our 8-acre agroforestry orchard project. This is a project that we've been working on designing and implementing over the past 3 years. So last year we planted a total of about 200 fruit trees within this space. And this year we're planning on planting about 100 more to really fill out the orchard and get things moving, get things producing. This was really our motivation, was to be able to supply fruit to the community through our Manifest Love program and just otherwise.
Redefining wealth is a way to look at yourself and figure out what makes you feel wealthy. At the farm here, we believe that health is one of those main things that makes us feel wealthy. Supporting great health to us is eating well, eating nutrient-dense, beautiful food. We support our immune system by tinctures that we create here on the farm. We strive to foster an environment here at the farm to have people live in conjunction with, in relationship with nature. As an educational nonprofit, education is the through thread that weaves all of our work together. Every single one of my teammates is an educator in some form or fashion. We educate every person that comes on the farm, whether it's through Open Farm Day or a wedding or in a large-scale event that we have, or of course the myriad of field trips that we hold. Every field trip that comes on the farm starts with a beautiful, holistic farm tour that gives them the understanding and the backdrop of why we do the things that we do. We educate people here in very direct and indirect ways. For instance, large-scale events that we have, 75% of what is on a plate has to be from the 60-mile radius. Manifest Love began in 2020 with a group of amazing people, including Maria Rosario from North Star Learning Centers, Gail Forts from YWCA, Bernadette Souza from Youth Opportunity Unlimited, and Round the Bend Farm. The goal at that very scary and uncertain time was to bring people together in a way and grow nutritious, beautiful food, disseminate wonderful education, and do it through this incredible partnership of people. All in the hopes that the community would be healthier, more resilient, and full of love, essentially. From day one, it was a collective effort. Round the Bend Farm grew the food, and each partner disseminated it to their clients. Each bundle or share of food was filled with nutritious local food that we grew, and sometimes we actually procured and brought in, and a letter that was crafted that had photo identification so that people understood what a purple top turnip looked like. It had nutrient-dense information, and it also had a recipe. These letters were then taken by the YWCA and translated into Spanish and Portuguese. So every single bundle of food had this letter translated. North Star came to the farm, picked up all these bundles of food, and then brought them to each partner organization for the dissemination to happen. One of the exciting additions to Manifest Love is a food truck. Sean, the executive chef here and the kitchen director, and my brother came up with this beautiful idea to create a food truck funded by the Yawkey Foundation as well as the Highland Street Foundation.
Behind me you see this gorgeous food truck which we received to the farm last year, which we received funding for. This is the Manifest Love food truck, which will enable us to provide education to our collaborators that we have on the Manifest Love food program. So we get YWCA, we got North Star Learning, we got Youth Opportunities Unlimited, and we have Sacred Birthing Village. So each week we give out 116 shares roughly, and this will enable us to bring the truck into those communities, show them some recipes that they can make, easy to make recipes with the shares that they get, and hopefully they can reproduce them home. Hopefully this truck will also help empower some of those participants. I hope to get up on the truck to want to showcase what they do as well with the shares. Whether it's them or their kids or a combination of the both, I'd love to have them up on the truck too to showcase things, because New Bedford is a very culturally diverse city. So this truck here will be serving local farm fresh food that's in the season, hoping that people that are purchasing food would consider paying it forward for someone who may not be able to afford a meal, so we could collect that money and put it towards free meals that we'd provide in the community as well to folks. So the truck will be going into the local communities and providing demos that are easy for folks to recreate at home with their local fresh produce, whether they get it through us or even get it at their local farmers market.